Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Up-Beet Dietitians podcast.
Hi, guys. Welcome back. Happy holidays. We are still doing naughty and nice this week. I'm feeling very naughty today, so we'll see where that takes us in terms of this episode. How are you feeling, Emily? Would you say you're naughty or nice today?
I'm feeling very indifferent.
Oh, what's
I
the other
think,
N word? Naughty, nice, or
I don't know why I thought nasty, but that's not.
I'm feeling nasty.
It's definitely
Okay,
not that.
maybe we'll use
Uh,
that as one of our criteria for our trends today. We are ranking wellness trends. We did this last year in
yeah,
2023, predicting trends for 2024. So we're going to review the ones that we came up with last year, and then we have some new ones for 2025 that we're going to predict.
I think we did pretty well overall. I
Okay,
think maybe 50-50
I was
at
looking back and I was
least.
like, wait, how I'm a genius on one of these. I'll get there. I'm like, whoa, I should be in marketing or something. This is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. We, especially for this series, Naughty or Nice, we include a lot more visuals. So this one definitely recommend watching on YouTube for sure. And then
Yeah.
we have our Substack, which we are transitioning to kind of like a newsletter, also includes like exclusive content and much more accessible for everyone. So be sure to go
Yeah.
check it out there. And Hannah mentioned we already talked about predicting the 2024 wellness trends. We're gonna tag that episode in the bio. But the first one we're going to talk about was we predicted in 2024 that the world would start demonizing protein because, like protein has been all the rage for a couple of years. The carnivore diet, paleo, like
And we've
all
had
very
like the low carb and
protein
low fat.
forward. Yep.
We've been
So
there.
we thought it was time for a new macronutrient to take over. But nothing really changed here. I would say almost like we've switched more to like probiotics and like a little
Mm,
bit more gut health focused even more, and protein just isn't there as much. But there isn't a
yeah.
different macronutrient that's getting favored.
No, I agree. Now that you mentioned that, there's obviously still like the whole carb hating crowd, but I feel like it's not even really as much macronutrient discussion now. It's like all this nitpicky stuff like
So specific.
CoQ10 and probiotics and like random minuscule nutrients like that.
Yeah. So we were not correct with this prediction, but
I'm declaring it now. That makes us nasty if we get it wrong.
okay.
So we were
Yeah, I
nasty about this
can't
one.
because it was just so wrong.
Yeah, this is so stupid. Okay. Anyway, this next one, you guys might recall, we were very into the idea of rhubarb
We're
having its
so
moment.
rhubarb.
We were
We
so
were
convinced that rhubarb was going to have like this moment in the sun this summer. I will say, we did get a few DMs and texts and such finding rhubarb recipes, or they have like rhubarb sightings at the grocery store or farmer's
so
market.
maybe
So
we created the
there probably was always rhubarb available in those places. They were just noticing it because we were talking about rhubarb. You're welcome,
yeah.
rhubarb, for the free marketing.
Yeah. But did not have as much of a moment. Was there something that had a big moment this summer? I'm trying to think of like some food that was like
Hmm.
all the
Besides the
rage.
usuals like
Yeah.
watermelon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's so supplement focused in this world or in wellness culture right now that I feel like food doesn't even get to be included.
As you'll see in our predictions,
Yeah.
it's yeah. Yeah, I don't know if there was. Let us know if you guys have any recollections of that, but I can't think of any foods that like were the food of 2024, especially in the summer specifically. Because that was
Yeah.
our prediction for the rhubarb was like it was gonna be rhubarb
It's
girl
gonna
summer.
pop off.
Yeah. I'm sad about that one. Okay, jumping way far ahead. That is a prediction for next year. I'm gonna keep this going. I want
You
rhubarb.
you're pushing for rhubarb.
I'm gonna push it until it happens. So
So we
if
could
we
say
have
we
to bring it
predicted
into
it.
2026 also, I will. We're going to keep
That's
predicting
fine.
rhubarb. Yeah,
Yeah.
you've been warned.
The next one we predicted was highly processed foods continuing to be demonized, but then they have this new fancy, healthy, quote unquote, version that wellness culture is loving. And this continued with the sodas for sure. I
for
see you
sure.
made a note about wellness ramens. I feel like those are
Yes.
starting to come out, but like not as like people are really into ramen.
Yeah, exactly. I think what had happened, I'm sure it was already existing obviously before we said it, but I
Hmm.
remember we posted about it and like made a TikTok or whatever. And so people that follow us online were seeing it that don't always watch our YouTube or listen to the podcast.
Right.
And I forget who it was. It was one of our like dietitian friends, I want to say, that sent us a picture of like some wellness ramen they found. I forget who it was. Do you remember this at all? Am I like dreaming about this?
Sounds like vaguely familiar to me.
I know. I can't think of who it was. But anyway, again, you guys are the best, always sending us the things that you find that support our bias.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's much more wellness ramen. I've gotten like multiple emails and like DMs and such from these companies actually. I have
Mm.
yet to partake, but they're like, "Do you want to try our low carb ramen?" One had a really good name. Oh, Carbe DM was what it was.
Oh, that's cute.
I know. I was like, dang, that's really cute. Shout out to them, I guess, but I didn't actually try it, so I can't attest if it's any good or not. But it's
Just
usually
good marketing.
good marketing. It's mostly been like low carb ones, though, honestly, which I think our mindset with the wellness ramen was like a probiotic ramen and more like wellness culture. I feel like low carb is more diet culture, but still, I think
Yeah.
that counts.
Yeah, for sure.
And the cereals, there's always been like
Yes.
fancy $10 a box cereals, but so many more of those, I feel like, especially the high protein ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the protein stays strong. Have you seen like all the different higher protein Pop Tarts that are out there?
I think so.
Yeah. I actually saw them. I was at Target and they were in the protein supplement aisle. I didn't look at the
Oh,
ingredients, but I was like, oh, is this a supplement technically? I didn't read the nutrition label, but I'm
oh,
curious if they
I feel like
classify
that
it
should
as
be
one.
under food,
I know it probably was. I just was like,
but
why
they're
is it?
like protein.
Yeah. I guess it was by like, what are those cookies?
Cool.
Larry and David or whoever who makes those like high protein cookies.
Harry and David.
Oh, Larry and David cookie. I'm making this up, I
That sounds
think.
like Harry and David.
Oh no, it's Lenny and Larry. Yeah, I was getting that
Okay.
mixed up with Harry and David. You've seen them. Those are also like in the protein section at Target.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
well, speaking of pre and probiotics, our other prediction was pre/slash probiotic energy drinks. These aren't like as big as we thought they'd be, but I did find when I was doing my research a couple different brands that are doing this. One of them, I love the name of it. If you throw in adaptogenic, that just like screams wellness culture to me. And that's what this one is. We'll include a picture on the screen. It's Haywell Sparkling Adaptogenic Energy Drink.
Mm. It is cute.
It
It's
is
very
cute
cute
and the name is
looking.
cute. I know. The marketing is so good.
Oh my gosh, the cute little, it's in a little glass with a lime
Oh,
and the little colors. They're so good
and
at
like
marketing.
blackberry ginger flavor sounds so good.
I know. I'm like, can't we just make these as normal, like little
We've been
drinks
saying
and
this,
not,
like the Alani's. Like, can we just have
yeah.
Alani and Celsius without the caffeine, without the extra crazy amount of B vitamins?
I literally just want it as a fun little bevy.
I just want a sparkly juice, is all I want. Is
Yeah.
that too much to ask? We gotta just make our own. We could have
That
such
would be
fun
fun for
flavors.
us.
That would be so fun. We would have the blast just like marketing it and thinking of the
Yeah.
names.
Oh yeah. The names.
You know, my food pun loving heart would go nuts thinking of names for our
Yes.
drinks.
Oh, that'd be so fun. But yeah, I feel like this will continue to thrive. The prebiotic, probiotic drinks are not going anywhere, and they'll probably continue with the energy drinks.
Yeah. Okay, I know I've done like two in a row. Can I do the next one too? Because I'm
Yeah,
very excited about it.
it's okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So our other prediction, it was just about like Ozempic, Monjaro, and like getting more info about the long-term effects of that. But a part of the prediction for that one was that Optavia, which we reviewed a million years ago, that Optavia would start offering these weight loss meds. Guys, I looked it up when I was making this outline, and they have an option for GLP-1s.
We should work in marketing.
I feel like a wizard. I was so proud. of this prediction. This is crazy. I mean, it's not that surprising, honestly, because every company that does weight loss is offering them now, but still, this was a year ago and we were still on top of it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like they're like a meal, like they just send you meals. Like it's like a Nutrisystem, basically, kind of thing, only even more restrictive. And they're gonna give you
Yeah.
medications too. It's just such a weird collaboration.
I know. I'm waiting for like Goop to get in on it and
Do
like
they? I wouldn't be surprised if they already did.
let me see. But like those type of companies where they just like what was the other one? Golo.
Oh yeah.
Does Golo have it? I feel like they should. It just feels very on brand if they have like meds.
Yeah.
I'm
She
looking
has
for weight loss.
information on like bariatric surgery on here. Oh my gosh. And like the balloon, no one in their right mind is putting in the balloons anymore. No one's doing lap bands. I forget the exact stat, but they're removing more lap bands than they are putting them in
Oh my gosh.
at this point. So like if your surgeon's offering you a lap band, run far away from that surgeon.
She's offering a shirt for $500.
Okay, yeah. Where's the GLP ones? Show it to me, Rachel.
I just see diabetes.
That's what I just found too.
Oh my
Oh, I
gosh,
have to
I'm
log in to
limited on
read
how many
this.
articles I can read. Okay, Gwyneth.
All right. Well, it's not obvious yet that she has them, but TBD.
We'll have to wait and see. As soon
Yeah.
as she does, we'll do a review.
Yeah. You can count on that.
Well, we on that.
But yeah, Optavia does. We saw it coming, and I'm very proud of our wizard skills.
Yeah. Someone listened to that episode and was like, "Ugh, who snitched?"
Oh, geez. Okay. Who's next?
We predicted an intuitive carnivore diet, which I feel like we haven't seen that much like of the rebrand of intuitive eating this year, which has been kind of
No,
nice.
this was like inspired by the intuitive fasting, speaking of
Yep.
Gwyneth.
Yeah.
And thankfully, they talk a lot about sometimes in the carnivore diet, like it should be quote unquote intuitive, just like in terms of like you're not counting calories, you're just not eating carbs, but
Hmm.
they're not like tying it to the intuitive eating framework specifically or anything, as far as we've seen,
Right.
which
Yeah.
God bless.
Thank goodness.
Time will
I
tell
think,
though.
yes, time will tell.
My other one I was excited about that I was hoping would come true. We predicted that some like 90s foods would come back. Dunkaroos have been around for a while, so that I would say counts in here, but it's been for more than a year. Um,
Yeah.
the one that I'm excited about though is the cream savers. I think I told you about these last year and you didn't
Yes.
know what they were, like you had forgotten or
I've
something,
eaten them
right?
since.
Really?
One of my coworkers, we have like a candy bowl, and it's kind of her unofficial job to refill
Her
the candy
thing.
bowl.
That's so cute.
And she put cream savers in there. And I was like, what are these? And I was like, oh my gosh.
They're so good, aren't they?
I ate so many.
They're so good. Creamy and fruity. Oh, what flavor was it? Do you remember?
There were red and orange ones.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think it's strawberry and maybe like orange cream.
Yeah, but they were good.
So good. Yay, the 90s are back.
90s are back.
That
I'm
was all I
glad
could
about
find
that.
though. I tried to Google other ones and I couldn't find any that were new in 2024 that were
Yeah.
coming back, sadly. Well, moving on, we have a few more. Man, we had a lot of predictions last
We had a
year.
lot of thoughts last year. We
Okay,
kind of
this
calmed it
next
down a
one
little bit,
we did.
but
This for next year, hopefully it won't be quite as crazy. Emily, do you recognize the names that I included besides Haley Bieber in this next
no.
one? Okay, I didn't think you would. They're very niche. So our next one was influencer food collabs, basically like influencers getting paid to promote like food companies. I'm sure there's like big celebrity ones. Like I think Cardi B and McDonald's had a thing or something. Or no, it was Megan Thee Stallion. One of the female rappers had a thing with McDonald's, I think. But more niche. I don't know if anyone here knows Joe from the Basement Yard podcast.
I have
Someone here
no
does.
idea. But someone
I
out there, yeah.
I firmly believe they're it's him and his like best friend. I think his name's Frankie. I don't listen to the podcast, but I always see their clips on my TikTok. They're of the few
Mm,
men that I think deserve to be on a podcast.
interesting.
But anyway, I saw on my For You page, since I watched their TikToks, Joe, one of the hosts of the podcast, him and Jif had a collab
Love
with
that for
Jif
him.
has this new like chocolate peanut butter. It's kind of like a Nutella dupe. Um,
Ooh.
yeah, a little higher protein. It's actually very good. This other one, I actually ended up, I think, did I block them? Or I've intended to block them because they're like a family and couple influencer. Okay, what are your thoughts on couple influencers?
I hate couple
I hate
influencers.
them too.
I want them to choose one name and the other person is like a guest star. I'm like, I'm fine with like that. The minute I see two names, I'm like, no.
Yeah. No, the good thing is about this person, which is Caden Kearns, for those of you who may know who that is. Again, I don't watch their content. I have just seen this ad on my For You page. Um, I believe they each have their own account, him and his wife.
Okay.
So
That's a
that
little better
helps.
then. That's better.
But
I don't
they
like when it's
do,
all one.
no, 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 like the Thompsons, like that's so, ugh,
I'm like, what
no.
happens if you break up or you're like
Yeah.
something?
Sadly,
Yeah.
Caden always puts their son in their videos too, which we have thoughts on that, as you guys know.
Boo.
Yeah. And he's very young. He's like definitely less than 5.
Mm.
Anyway, he had a ad with Panera that I keep seeing on my For You page, unfortunately for me. And then I put in the notes the Haley Bieber smoothie. I'm losing track of time. Was that in 2024 or was that
It
longer
came out in
ago?
2022, but I think it like popped off over the past year or so.
Okay. Okay. I think you're right. That rings a bell.
Yeah. I had to look it up because I was like, when was the Haley Bieber Air One smoothie created?
Yeah.
But like I think last year it started becoming really popular, but this year it became just like so normalized. Like I got the Haley Bieber smoothie.
The $20
Um,
smoothie.
yeah. I think hers is pink, if I remember.
Yes. Yes. There's the blue spirulina one that I keep seeing, and then Haley
Hers
Bieber's
is the
pink
other
one.
one that's pretty
Yeah.
popular. I do want to try them,
Okay.
even
If
though
we
they're
ever go to
expensive.
LA, we're going to go to Erewhon and just try
We're
some
gonna go to
stuff.
Erewhon, but we're gonna get one thing so we can split whatever we get
Yeah.
because it's gonna be
Unless
expensive.
if we happen to have Ross with us, though, he'll want to get all the things. That's just how he
That's
is.
fine. We at least go in anticipating that.
Yes. But if it's just the two of us, we are very conscious of that.
Yeah. I think this will continue.
Oh,
The
same.
big food collaborations.
It's a
We
smart
should make
business.
a prediction of one that's going to happen in 2025, like a brand.
Okay.
I'm
Let's write it
thinking of
down so we
like
don't forget.
a failing one. What's a brand that's not doing well? And then they like
Oh.
pull in some influencer to like try to like bring them
Ooh, I
back.
have one. You know how is it Sierra Mist that rebranded to Starry?
Oh yeah. I think it's your mist. That sounds right.
Because 7 Up is still a thing. I bought 7 Up the other day.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, but you like can't get Sierra Mist anymore, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
But are they failing? I feel like they have to be if they had to rebrand to a whole nother
People hate
name.
that. January 2023, Pepsi replaced Sierra Mist with Starry.
Okay. Should we think of a celebrity to although I think I have seen celebrity collabs with Starry already.
Oh, I
But
haven't
let's
seen that
make our own
many.
up.
Dude, I feel like if you just throw a Kardashian in there,
Ooh, true. Okay.
that's
Let's
an
just put
easy
let's
one.
leave it open for our own benefit. We'll just say any Kardashian.
Yeah, any Kardashian. I'm trying to think of like a restaurant that's not doing well. I
Sonic,
always,
sadly.
oh, Sonic just had a ton of ads. I don't know if you noticed this in
I feel like
like
they're not doing well.
October, and it's only book influencers they collaborated with. I saw like 5 to like 7 book influencers all around the same time make Sonic ads, and I'm like, what is happening? And it was like, it was so weird because they all obviously had dates. It was they were supposed to pose on. But I'm like, why didn't you spread
Uh-huh.
this out? It was like literally all within a week where
Right. If you're like
suddenly,
paying for this campaign, like spread it out.
yeah. And suddenly all these people are at Sonic, and I'm like,
That's
was
hilarious.
Sonic just letting anyone that talks about books like
I know, like
collab with them?
where was our invite to that campaign?
We hyped up Sonic. We hype up Sonic so much.
I know.
It's just, is there still the one near you?
No, the closest one to me is, I mean, I know there's one in West Lafayette or Lafayette,
That's
one of the
so
two.
far.
That's so far. That's like 2.5 hours away.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I
It's
don't even know
sad.
where the closest one around me is.
Really?
Yeah, like
That
I could not
surprises
tell
me in
you.
Chicago.
Like in the suburbs, it's been like getting taken out.
Yeah. There used to be one in Auburn, Indiana, which is my hometown, which is like a tiny town.
Hmm.
That one was gone first, and then the Fort Wayne one left.
Well, they're really pushing for the readers to go to Sonic,
Ah,
apparently.
I'm cool with that. That's a great,
Yeah.
like, best of both worlds. I love readers and I love Sonic.
I feel like there's got to be something exercise related or like some like fitness gym. Like I'm thinking like F45 or like
Oh,
um
I know Orange Theory is doing
CrossFit.
well.
Orange
Oh, I
Theories.
had a patient tell me, what was it? It wasn't CrossFit. Shoot. Oh, I don't know. It was something very CrossFit-ish that they had heard about. And they were like, what
They
even is this?
tried
It's
to go
like,
for our license in another state.
oh, that was like one of our first podcast episodes way back when.
We were so mad. We talked about that for so long.
We were so fired up. I don't know of any like fitness stuff. I feel like what's coming in is Pilates.
Oh,
Pilates is
Pilates is like
huge right now.
booming. Yeah.
I even have like some older patients, like 50s, 60s and above doing Pilates, which I'm like, get
Okay.
it, girl.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
feel like
know of
there's
any
going to be some
fitness stuff.
Pilates variation. It's going to be like
Mm.
high intensity Pilates with more weightlifting or like
Or like, is hot
something.
Pilates a thing?
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Okay. I like
Maybe
saying that.
cold
Hot
Pilates.
Pilates. Oh, 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 like you do like a cold plunge and then you do Pilates after?
That, or I was thinking like
Be
freezing temperature.
miserable.
That
Yeah,
sounds
like
so bad for you.
your reformer is made of ice. Oh, sounds terrible.
That'd be awful. Extreme weather Pilates.
Oh yeah, you have to like go to what, like Sweden in the winter and do
Yeah.
Pilates there, which is actually one of our predictions is wellness tourism. We'll get there.
Yeah. Could 100% Pilates little trip.
Yeah. Okay, let's wrap up these predictions that we made last
Yeah.
year.
Next
Okay,
one isn't anything. I think I remember I put this one. It was like meal replacement supplements or pills.
yeah.
And there's just still a lot of supplements. It's not really anything new. It's just there's a lot of supplements. Every time there's a supplement line now, it feels like there's an appetite suppressing one or like a glucose promoting one or something essentially to get you to not eat.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we were going for like a Soylent vibe, but in like a pill. As of right now, not really a thing, but there's a million appetite suppressants out there,
Yeah,
sadly. We
that's
also
okay.
predicted just even further food freedom and like weight loss, those two worlds colliding. That's not going away ever,
No,
probably.
no,
So
unfortunately.
we were right in that one, but are we surprised? I don't
No.
feel my wizard senses tingling with that one as much.
That one wasn't as exciting.
Yeah.
The next one we have is like juicing having a comeback because celery juice a couple of years ago like really popped off. Once again, it's not really like the closest thing we have to juice is like these probiotic juices, but it's not like
Mm.
you're making them yourself. You're just purchasing them.
No, there was like an era, like when we were like teenagers or younger, where you could like buy juicers constantly on TV. I feel like that's not a thing
Yes.
anymore.
No.
Do you remember that? Like there were always commercials, infomercials.
I
Oh
feel
my
like
gosh,
food is very much out and supplements are in right now.
you're so right. Yeah, even juicing, which is hardly food.
Oh, that's all we want is our little sparkling juice.
Yeah, like we're on your side here in a few ways, wellness culture. Let us in.
Yes. We'll endorse you.
We'll work with you on this one thing.
Just get rid of the caffeine and all the probiotics and everything like that you want to make it seem healthy. We just want a little
Yes.
fun drink.
We just want
Like,
fun flavored sparkly juices. Maybe some flat options too for the IBS
yes, for me.
girlies.
Yes. You can make it gut health focused that way.
Yes.
Like non-carbonation for the
You could
gut.
literally target to like gastroparesis, like GERD, those people.
We are trying really hard to manifest this. The
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
minute
we could have
something comes out.
a rhubarb flavored one.
Ooh, okay, there we go. That's our ultimate like boss at the end. When that comes out, we're gonna close the podcast. We've done our job here.
Oh gosh. Okay. Next one. I think Emily was really romanticizing or manifesting white rice being the beloved kind of rice, but sadly
Yeah,
that didn't
no.
happen.
I'm still gonna enjoy my white rice. I'm glad it's still
Yeah.
very much an option and cheaper. But
Yeah.
this last one, I didn't hear anything about this. I was gonna ask you, we were predicting Bloom, the supplement brand, was gonna be sued for lack of disclosure in advertisements with influencer collaborations. And I haven't heard anything or seen anything.
I'm Googling right now. Bloom lawsuits. Oh, there was one in 2023. Okay. I don't know the ins and outs because I don't care that much, but the company
Yeah.
agreed to pay a 3 million settlement that it had misleading statements. No shit.
Ooh, we want to hear about your disclosure about being an ad.
Don't know the accuracy of this, but Bloom Nutrition was sued for manufacturing, distributing, and selling high energy pre workout in California that contained lead. Hmm. Okay. Well, nothing, nothing up to the Herbalife standard
No,
of
that was,
lawsuits.
yeah.
Okay. Well, those were our recaps from last year. Allow us to tell you our upcoming ones. I'm very excited, but
Yes.
also scared.
So obviously we had the food collaboration. We have rhubarb having a comeback. One of the ones that Hannah put was advancements with fitness trackers. You put they'll pay your taxes.
Yeah, that was kind of a joke, but also not really.
Your note about hormone hacking, I can 100% see like
Yes.
regulate your hormones, take a break, go on a walk and get those hormones
Right.
regulated.
I could even see like gut health getting into this too.
Yeah.
Okay, what I was like really thinking that would be kind of, I mean, not cool for us, but cool for technology in that arena. Have you seen the ads on TikTok for those food scales where you just like put the food on it? Does you how many calories are in it?
No.
Oh, I'm on the wrong side of TikTok. They have
I
these
was gonna
scales you
say
can buy. I don't know how accurate they are, but you can just like put like a smear of peanut butter on the food scale, and somehow I don't understand the
it
science,
knows it's
honestly.
peanut butter.
It knows it's peanut butter and knows like how many calories it has. Maybe it's like input what the food is and it just like weighs it at that
I was
point. I
gonna
don't
say I
know.
can feel like the weight maybe you can like calculate it there. I
Maybe it
would
has a
be my
database
mind
of
would be
foods.
blown if it could like identify it.
That'd be
Just
crazy.
you have to keep that very clean then. Like if there's like
Yeah.
any type of like
Other foods.
remnants,
Yeah. But my prediction is that you can just like scan your food tracker over or your fitness tracker over a food and it will know like apple 60 calories or whatever.
oh yeah. 100%. That's
Like
gonna
you
come. There's gonna be an
scan,
app for that or like
yeah, you just
something.
scan your watch over it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I
how you
hate
can like
that.
pay with your watch,
Yeah, that's true. It's gonna start taking pictures. It's already
Mm-hmm.
tracking everything.
So I think that is one. I think also your hydration status, it will like scan your body and like know
Oh, like you'll be like how
hydration
moist
status.
your
Either that
yeah.
or like body composition type stuff. Like it will scan whatever it needs to scan to like know like your water weight versus fat mass versus muscle mass, that kind of thing. And
Yeah.
then they're already dabbling in like blood sugars, like checking those, but I think they'll also go into like cholesterol levels, triglycerides, iron,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff
Yeah. Which is all so silly because you can't measure any of those things through
with a little like
your
red
little
light. No.
censored watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could 100% see that too,
There, I
unfortunately.
mean, I was talking to a fellow, like a coworker today about like Fitbits and how we 10 years ago had like those very first Fitbits that had like the 1 inch wide screen.
Yep.
And she just got a Garmin watch, which they are so crazy. They can do everything and they stay charged for like a week and a half. Like,
Hmm.
it's only been a few years since that progression. I can only imagine how much crazier they're going to get. Okay, we have to discuss Ozempic, of course. That's always going to be a prediction as of the last few years.
Yeah.
My prediction is that we will have, I don't know what it's going to be, but some version of like clean Ozempic, which kind of goes along with your last prediction of like natural healing kind of stuff. It'll definitely be like a herbal
Yeah.
supplement of sorts. Well, I guess we kind of already have it with like Khloe Kardashian's,
Yeah. But
or
I
not
think they're gonna
Khloe,
lean more and I feel
Courtney,
like they might like really lean into like clean,
like an
natural.
injectable.
Yeah.
Like I
Your
wasn't thinking like a
naturals
gummy.
injectable.
Exactly. The irony will be through the roof.
Yeah. That's so gross. But it is, you know how like they say like history repeats itself?
Yeah,
I feel like we are getting to that part where we can start to predict the trends of like where will this go next and how
I
is this going to
know.
go? And this series will prove that. We'll
I
see
know.
how good we can get.
I'm glad we're doing this. I think 10 years from now, we're going to be like, wow, they were onto something there.
They were really into rhubarb. This next one makes me want to throw up.
I know.
But
And I
like
don't
this
exactly.
is the most obvious one I feel like.
Oh,
Like
this is
because
100% going to happen. It already kind of is.
Hannah, unfortunately, predicted this
Yeah.
is we will see AI health coaches and personal trainers. AI is being shoved down our throat in literally everything, and I'm so sick of it. And I'm like, I don't want this. No one wants this. It's taking away so much of like these people learning, and they're leaning so much on AI now. But 100% they'll be like, talk to this robot for your fitness, for your workout routine this week, or what you should eat today, or
Yeah.
like you put in your labs and it'll tell you, give you a meal plan and tell you exactly what to do.
You literally can do that right now. Like you could go on
Yeah.
ChatGPT and type in, like, give me a week of workouts based on my height, weight, and goals.
Yeah. But they'll
And it'll
probably
spit
find a
it
way to
out.
sell it.
Yeah.
And I feel like Peloton, I could easily see them like
Oh, you're so
dabbling
right.
into like AI.
You're so right. They could just have
I'm gonna
like
make
AI
that note. I
coaches
think they're, yep.
like leading you
Like it'll
through the
literally be like
workout.
someone created like with AI art that's probably stolen. And
Yes.
then they'll fire all their coaches because they won't need people. They just have this person running it.
Oh, that'd be
This like,
so easy. I don't obviously know how to
yeah.
like make an AI person do that, but like considering what we already have in the AI industry or whatever you want to call it, they could
Hmm.
easily do that like
Yep.
tomorrow.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if they weren't already working on this and people are
Yeah.
going to lose their jobs because of it.
Wow. Have you ever
Oh my
used
gosh.
on Spotify like the DJ function?
No.
Oh, I kind of love it. It's AI. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what else it could be. His name is DJX, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, Hannah? I'm playing you some music based on your favorites from last month. Feel free to hit skip if you don't like these, and we'll get you a new set of tunes or whatever." I kind of love it though. And he has like this really cool voice, and I feel like we really bond because he calls me by my first name, which I just feel like
You know,
DJX and
that's
Hannah
how
are
they
just
get
having a moment.
you.
Yeah.
I will know I'm super anti-AI, so I like avoid anything like the plague.
Yeah. I like to experiment and just see what's out there. And I was like, oh, what's
Yeah.
DJ? What's this DJ function? And it started talking to
Although
me.
I will note the only AI I can't lie because you could easily call me out on this and I have to avoid being canceled, you know, is I do utilize it on Canva. The like
Oh,
all the
every
magic
day.
features. I use that so much.
I love that. And I love when it messes up and we have the most ridiculous looking like backgrounds in our pictures.
Yeah.
I use it every week for our thumbnails on YouTube. If you guys can spot
Mhm.
it, let me know.
Spot the
Bet you
AI.
can't.
But that's going to be so gross.
Oh, I didn't even like put AI like dietitian. Obviously, they won't be dietitians, but like AI nutrition coaches.
Oh yeah. Nutrition coaches. literally everything.
I'm sure like even
They'll
like
be able.
nursing and stuff like that, they'll be able to somehow use AI for.
Bobby always talks about how radiology is going to be one of the first like
Mm,
medical fields to go because you can just teach it to look at all these pictures and then
yeah.
it's I'm like, oh, I like to think we have some job security because one, all these crazy trends are happening, and
Yeah.
two, I don't think a robot you can train well in like eating disorder counseling
I
and
was thinking
general
like what my day to day
motivational and
looks like. Like I'm like my patients are crying and I've got fidget toys for them to play with. Like there's all kinds of stuff going on in those four walls that an AI can just not duplicate.
yeah. So I'm
Eh,
feeling okay for us.
for now, maybe
But
more like the
for now,
inpatient. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
yeah.
Okay, my next prediction is we kind of already said this, but the wellness tourism. So like wellness retreats with the hot Pilates and yoga. I did put on there like juicing, but I think you're right. It is more supplements. They'll have like, I don't know, like protocols, that's the word. Like supplement protocols and like at 8 a.m. you
Yeah, like
take
take this in the
your
morning and
exactly.
or I'll do this one next and
Exactly. And I put digital detoxing on there too. So they're gonna like try to get you away from social media, but at the same
you
time,
have
we're
to
gonna be
still post
using
about it.
more. Yeah, exactly. You have to like you're going to get paid as this influencer on this retreat to make a social media post about digital detoxing.
Yep. The next one is kind of like the hot Pilates we were talking about before, but
Yes.
you saw something about contrast bathing.
Yes. I was doing some Googling and I saw someone mention something about contrast bathing being a thing. And I was like, what the hell is that? I don't know like the exact, again, like protocol, but it's basically alternating hot and cold baths, to like shock your system, boost metabolism, yada, yada, yada. It's kind of like what do they call that, an exercise where you like have to quote unquote confuse your muscles to get them to work harder or
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
that
we
kind
used
of
to know
thing.
that word back in the day.
I know.
A couple years ago, we definitely would have known that.
I feel like it's just like muscle confusion is what they call it,
Yeah.
but it's kind of that same thing. You're just like confusing your body's thermostat basically to make it work harder and more optimized.
Yeah.
Sounds
Mm.
terrible to me. I hate when my shower is cold. So this would be my
Same.
nightmare. I refuse to ever do a cold plunge. If you ever see me cold plunging, send what do they call that when they send to see if you're okay? A wellness
A
check.
wellness check. Yeah. No, same. That's actually terrible.
No.
And then the last one, we kind of talked about this already, is I just think with how the American government, the trajectory of what is
Mm.
happening there, that we're going to be bringing back a lot of early 1900s, maybe even earlier than that, health practices. I literally put bleeding people
That's
out
what
as
I'm laughing
one
about.
because I would not be surprised. Like
No.
with the like rate of anti-vax and just anti-science and medicine, people are gonna like reject medications because of their whatever, like it's
I've been
not
reading a
good
lot
for
of
them.
vampire. I'm reading a lot of vampire romanticies lately. And so all I'm picturing is someone like sucking out all of their blood and then like replacing it with new vampire blood to like turn them into a vampire.
I think that we are going to regress in
Yeah.
general. That's like the big prediction for me.
That's so funny. I can totally see that. Just like all the old, outdated medical practices that we no
Yeah.
longer do because we have science that's proven those don't work and there's way better ways to do things.
Yeah. They might bring back burning women because we're witches. Who
Wow.
knows? If we really want to throw it back,
I would be surprised.
it's like,
Can
oh,
I
she's
tell my crazy like natural healing story?
yes.
There was someone, I'm going to be very vague because of HIPAA, but someone that I'd heard of that had, I forget what kind of cancer it was. I think it was in the gut somewhere. And then they were using natural remedies to treat said cancer. And so it spread, of course, not surprising. Unfortunately, it ended up turning into breast cancer. And First of all, they were using cayenne pepper as their treatment to heal the breast cancer.
Classic.
Yes. Like, not, I don't think they were eating it. I think they were like using it topically, which I feel like would burn.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I'm like, not even like turmeric. Like, I know turmeric is anti-inflammatory. Like, at least use that. I feel like, I don't know if cayenne is anti-inflammatory too. I don't know. Anyway, there was a picture that we saw of this person, and I don't even know, I can't even describe it. It was of their breast and just like the necrosis and the skin, it was like all gone. You could like see halfway through it basically. It was just like melting off of them
What?
because they weren't treating it. They refused to do
Oh,
like
yeah. I thought you were gonna say the
traditional.
cayenne pepper gloves. And I
I
was
mean, that
like,
didn't help.
there's no way.
No, that didn't make that happen, but it did not
But the
stop that
lack
from
of,
happening.
yes.
It was the
Yeah.
craziest thing I've ever seen.
Cancer is so scary. I feel like especially breast cancer is so scary too.
Yeah. A little bit of a background for those listening. This is a real like live person in today's age. This is
Yeah.
like not from the olden days.
I thought it was just like a little like, oh, look at this like past patient we had on hand for an example. Like, no, you
No.
saw,
She finally went to the hospital because she was like in septic shock. Cause I'm telling you,
yeah.
like her entire boob was just like gone, just like melted off. It was like red and pussy and oh, it was crazy. Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna see more of that, unfortunately.
unfortunately. It's
Oh
crazy. I
my
can't. And
gosh.
like if you're doing topical cayenne pepper on that, oh,
That's gotta hurt so
oh,
much.
that would hurt so bad. All because either some quack of a, do we call them doctors? I don't know if that was a doctor who said that, but either all because some quack of a provider told them to do that or they saw it themselves on like Google or something.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much misinformation out there that people can just freely spread for people to
Yeah.
consume, and it's dangerous. Like this person's in septic shock because of some misinformed person just posting whatever they want online.
There is a major, I've seen people talk about like the like general literacy issues, but like health literacy, there's such, there's like actually a crisis there.
This is why we're so
That's
annoying about
crazy.
it, because this is like, this is
Yeah.
real life. Like this is what's
Yeah.
happening
It's
in our
not
lives that we
like
see.
it's not like big food isn't going to get money if we aren't promoting this. It's like people are dying.
Literally
What
crazy.
a way to end.
Well, those are our predictions.
I'm
um,
excited for, I feel like we did pretty well
I think
overall
so.
for this year's predictions. I'm excited for, well, I don't know how excited I am for next year with what we
I
have
think
on
we're
this
wrong on all of
lineup.
these except for the rhubarb.
I was going to say the only positive we have,
Yeah,
maybe star, I'd be okay with like food collaborations too. I
I
don't
don't care
really
about
have,
that.
but I would like to be involved in the food collaboration. So that would be like the biggest
Yeah.
negative. It's like Sonic hit us up. We also read. So we'll touch base at the end of 2025 when we do this series again. Be sure to listen to our last year's episode, but let us know what you guys are thinking is going to happen. Like,
Yeah.
comment below if you think something's different or even crazier is going to happen. I feel like a lot of this is very extreme,
I know.
but
How much crazier can
unfortunately,
it get than injecting clean Ozempic and your boob melting off?
the
Wishful
world
thinking, I
shall see.
guess.
Yeah, we shall see.
It
We're
probably
constantly
will.
surprised. But this was fun. Thanks for listening, guys. We're gonna go talk about something much more joyful and no boobs bleeding over on Substack. So be sure to go over there to listen to our exclusive content, but we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.